Jai Sai Ram. Chapter 7. Sri Sai Baba's reappearance in Shirdi along marriage procession, welcome with the word Sai, meeting of saint with saints, Baba's attire and daily routine. Sri Sai Baba's reappearance in Shirdi along marriage procession. Chand Patil was a rich man who lived in Dhupguan of district Aurangabad, Nizam state. When he was going to Aurangabad, on the way his mare disappeared. For 2 months he labored to find out it, but all in vain. Ultimately, being disappointed, putting his saddle on his shoulder, he returned from Aurangabad. After walking for a distance of 14 miles, he saw a fakir sitting under a mango tree preparing his chilam, that is, pipe, who had a cap on his head, a robe on his body, and a satka, that is, a stick, by his side. Chand Patil came to the fakir after being called by him. Seeing the saddle, the fakir asked, "How is this saddle?" Chand Patil replied disappointedly, "What can I say? I had a mare, it has been lost, and this is her saddle." The fakir said, "Search for her towards the drain." Chand Patil went near the drain and he was astonished to see his mare grazing there. He thought that the fakir is an extraordinary one. When he returned to the fakir along with his mare, by that time the pipe was ready. Only 2 things were required. One was the fire to lit the pipe and the other was water to wet the cloth. The fakir inserted his tongue into the ground and then drew it back. A burning coal came out, which he put on the chilam. Then, as soon as the fakir hit the satka on the ground, instantly water came out. The fakir drenched his cloth and put it around the pipe. In this way, making all arrangements, Baba smoked the pipe and offered it to Chand Patil also. Seeing all these miracles, Chand Patil was astonished. Chand Patil requested the fakir to go with him to his house. The next day, the fakir went to Chand Patil's house and stayed there for some months. At the house of Chand Patil, the marriage of his son of his brother-in-law was going to take place. The marriage procession was to go to Shirdi. Therefore, Chand Patil was fully preparing to go to Shirdi. The fakir also accompanied the procession. After unobstructed completion, the marriage procession returned to Dhupguan safely. But the fakir remained in Shirdi and spent his whole life there. Welcome with the word Sai. When the marriage procession reached Shirdi, it was seated under a tree near the temple of Lord Khandoba, which was filled of Mahalsapati. All the bullock carts were untied near Lord Khandoba temple, and the people of the marriage procession began to alight one by one. Seeing the young fakir alighting, Mahalsapati welcomed him with the words, "Come, Sai," and the other people present there also called him by the same name of Sai. After it, he became famous with the name of Sai, meeting of saint with saints. After coming in Shirdi, Sai Baba began to live in the mosque. Before the coming of Baba to Shirdi, a saint called Devidas was living there for many years. Baba liked him very much. He lived with him sometimes in Hanuman temple and some other times at Chavdi. After some time, another saint, Janki Das by name, also arrived in Shirdi. Now, Baba used to spend most of his time in talking to Janki Das. Janki Das also used to come at times at Baba's place. A family owner, Vashya, saint of Funathambe, called Sri Gangare, often used to come to Baba. When for the first time he saw Baba carrying water to irrigate the garden, he was highly surprised. He began to speak in clear words that SHRI is so fortunate, where a gem lives. Whom you are seeing laboring hard, he is not an ordinary man. Otherwise, this land is very fortunate and sacred land. For this reason, it got this gem. Similarly, a famous saint, Anandnath, who was the disciple of Akkalkot Maharaj, came to Shirdi along with some residents of Shirdi. He has the same views about him. Baba's attire and daily routine. In his youth, Baba did not cut his hair and he always lived as a mast and malang, overjoyed Muhammadan recluse. Whenever he went to Rahata, he used to purchase and brought plants of Gainda, Jai and Juhi. After cleaning them, he used to plant them on some good land and watered personally. A devotee named Vamantatya used to give him daily 2 pots of mud. With those pots, Baba himself used to water the plants. He himself drew water from the well and in the evening placed the pots under the neem tree. As soon as he placed the pots there, they used to break because they were prepared by raw mud. The next day, Tatya used to give him 2 new pots. This program continued for 2 years, and due to the tireless labor of Baba, it was transformed into a beautiful garden of flowers. Today, the elegant building of Contemplation Temple of Sai Baba is situated there, where thousands of devotees bow down their heads. Jai Sai Ram.